Today we're going to have a look at a new map in Farming Simulator 22 by Crooked-Topio. This one's called Crooked Hills. I'm currently running version 1.1 downloaded off the mod store. I've not looked at this map at all yet, so you are experiencing this with me for the very first time. So we open the map, we have this rather nice kind of stylized drawn or painted oil painting style of map. I really quite like that. And we're starting off at the shop, which appears to be in the northwest corner of the map. I don't believe there's any land. I think it's just one huge section. I could be wrong. I am wrong. So there we go. That's quite interesting. So we can purchase huge swaths of land, very natural looking parcels. Just clicking through here, valuing at 134. So just getting an idea of the kind of cost for each of these parcels of land, all the way up. There's a swamp, Sour Hill, and looking across to Creepmore. Very interesting. I like the way this has been laid out. Okay, let's get ourselves some vehicles and have a bit of a drive around. I thought I'd try something a bit different today. We've got the Mahindra Retriever 1000, nice little vehicle, still quite good for off-road, and we can whip around at up to 60 miles an hour. Just looking around the immediate vicinity, I always like to have a quick look at the objects that are already in the game, just to give us an idea of the attention to detail. We've got some bikes, we've got a Portaloo there, a couple of vans and vehicles out the back. We have a shop right next door to the main farm shop, which appears to be closed. A farmhouse with various outbuildings, a pump truck, an old container, nice pile of logs. All rather overgrown here, I must say. This definitely feels slightly abandoned. I'm not sure if anyone's living in here. Yeah, there's stuff inside, so quite nice. Attention to detail. Obviously somebody's working up on their chimney. So I think I'm just going to head back to our little vehicle and have a whiz around the map and see what we can see. Right, there we go. So let's have a quick look at the map and make a bit of a plan. There's a road which seems to run immediately north to south or south to north, and then a 90 degrees right turn across the top. So I kind of feel that perhaps we should just follow that initially, or we can head down to Moose Flats. Let's go south to Moose Flats first and have a look around there. I'll try and keep this to external view. It's a nice rocky area in there. That looks like it's crying out for development. We'll get some buildings in there. So it certainly has a feeling already of expanse, of there being a lot of land. It has certainly that no man's land kind of feel to it. Just bringing up the map here so we can see where we're going as we scroll through. So there's a turning here. So let's go round and follow this trail through Moose Flats. Now this is a very pleasant experience, I must say. Nice track coming through the woods here. It's starting to open out here a bit in Moose Flats. I think when we get to the next turning we'll take a left and head out. Here we go, this is that turning here, quite tight. Take that, and there we go. And just see where that leads us. There appears to be a big open area at the end of this track as highlighted on the map, and I'm just curious to see what that is. Speeding along here at 40 miles an hour, probably not the best idea. And here we go. This is the open area. So I think if you were to have a base of operations for forestry work, this would be one of the places you could certainly set yourself up. Just jump out of the cab and look at this lovely mirrored lake right in the south half of the map. Beautiful. I've just come up in the drone here just to have a really nice panoramic view of this lake. It's stunning, it really is. I'll just head over to the south section over there. You can see the little vehicle down there, and that's the track we came in on. If we just elevate ourselves at speed, you can see there's the circular path there that we came down. You can see right up in the distance the shop, and we came south down that straight road. Over in the distance there we have the road which is coming along the top, and we can just about see that coming into view now. So I'm going to head over there shortly in a minute. There's a big concrete area, there's some hills with some pools, rock pools, lakes. It's looking lovely. But this is absolutely a start from scratch, no man's land, forestry, and then creating your own field type of gameplay map. Okay, I'm going to head on out back towards the shop, and then when we get north past the shop, we'll head east along that top straight road. I'm just cutting through the trees here. I'm just curious to see what it's all like. It's very nice and evenly spaced. You could definitely get yourself some proper machinery in here if you wanted to look at, whoop, steady there, if you wanted to look at forestry. We're about to head out onto the main road here. Okay, we've just gone past the shop, coming up to this sharp 90-degree turn, and then we're going to head east along this straight road right to the end, and we'll have a look what's at the end. It is a very tranquil map. There's literally nothing going on. There's the shop that you saw at the beginning when we dropped in. But other than that, you are left completely to your own devices. You will have to basically start by felling trees, making your first bit of money. I think you'd need to find somewhere to sell those logs. I'm not sure that there's anything other than the shop on the map, so you would definitely need to set yourself up with a sawmill or some sort of production chain in order to be able to sell your logs in the first place. So the main roads kind of ran out here, and we are just onto a bumpy track. Although this is still asphalt by the looks of it, we are well out of the main road, but we have entered a large hard standing area, and I think if you were to set up your farm, this is the intended place to do it. Some random logs strewn across the floor there. I do wonder if we were in a different mode. We are on easy though, so I would expect to see some buildings if there were to be any. I'm just going to check out whether or not we can actually pick these objects up. It doesn't appear to be. These appear to be just part of the scenery and the decor. Right, let's shoot up and have a quick look at the map from this view. So that's where we were just a second ago, over yonder, and we've come all the way around on that main road and down to here. We can see this rocky area, which we'll go have a look at in a minute, and that I believe is the edge of the map there. You can see the change in the textures. So I think we'll go off-road just for a little bit. I don't think there's a huge amount to really look at here. We can see that it's a map full of trees. Okay, now this is where we may have needed a bit of a more robust vehicle, but I think we'll be alright climbing up here. Let's have a look at the landscape. It does feel very genuine. It's very hilly. There's rocky elements in parts, grass covered. I'd expect to see a little bit of a variety of vegetation, but we can only work with what the game developers give us. Yeah, it's nice. It will be certainly a nice solitary experience coming on here for the first time, grabbing your machinery, getting yourself a nice forestry machine, and getting lost right in the deep of the woods. It certainly does feel like you could disappear up here for days and weeks on end. Just take it slowly down here. I have no direction. I'm just ambling around just so that you can get an idea of the feel for the map. We're heading south here. We will eventually pick up with the road that we came in on. So I'm just going to head north up towards the swamp. Here we go. This is the swampy area. Certainly feels authentic. Looks a bit like my local golf club. So I wonder if we can get across there without sinking. I don't know how deep it is. Oh, we're kind of... We may be in trouble. No, we're okay. We've just made it. The engine's still running. So let's just have a quiet pan around and get a good feel for what's in front of us. I would say on the whole this is a lovely looking map. It is just trees. You would be starting absolutely from scratch. Again, if that's your bag, this could be a perfect map for you, and especially if you're into forestry. Start with your logging, make loads of dollar bucks, and then start to either create your own fields, your animals, your production chains. I think it would be a nice little map to play on. Just heading down this very steep bank here up towards Creekmore. Just curious to see what each of these areas marked on the map actually are. It's always worth investigating. If it's been marked, then obviously there's a reason for that. Slightly flatter around this area, less hilly, but certainly hillier here as we're coming up towards Creekmore. Just cut our way through these trees. If you were playing this game without a map, you would definitely get lost. I already feel like I have no sense of direction here. Although I suppose if I'm really smart, I would be using the sun at this stage. So we are in the area called Creekmore. Lots of dense trees here. All very similar in terms of size and height. So you'd get consistent logs here, definitely, that's for sure. Okay, so we've come across this road here that you can see with my cursor, and we've gone up Sour Hill, come across the swamp, we've curved down over this bumpy part and up to Creekmore. And on the south end, we've had a look at Moose Flats. So we'll jump over to the Crooked Mountain, and then we'll finish up by the shop. As you can see by the mini map down in the bottom left, I am just west of Crooked Mountain, and the terrain has suddenly become impassable. I'm trying to climb up here. I really can't see what I'm doing. I don't think this is the best route up. We may have to try and find another way across. Well, I managed to get myself out of that sticky situation on that hill. I'm just going to park up here, go into drone mode, and just see if there's any way to get to the top of this mountain. Well, here we go. That is looking very steep to me. There may be a way up through those trees just there. You can see where I am down there. Let's give that a go. Very bumpy terrain around the bottom of this mountain. Very bumpy terrain indeed. Okay, I think about here. Well, that does look very steep up there. I don't think I'm getting up there with this small vehicle. If we don't try, we'll never know. So let's try and crawl up through these trees. It's very steep. I mean, we're looking at possibly 70 degrees here, and I don't think we've got the grip or the power to get up here. We may have to call this a day. I don't want to dwell on this too long, but you get the idea. Certainly there are lots of different types of terrain here. Oh, really pushing. There we go. I thought this might be a gap. Or we could be in for luck. Very bumpy again. This is kind of where I wish I had the quad track. Here we go. This is the break I was looking for. That is ridiculously steep. I'm slipping. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, maybe with the quad track we might get up here. I just don't think this little vehicle's going to do it. No, I'm spinning all over the place. No, we just don't have the grip. That's the hill. We're almost at the summit. This just isn't the vehicle for the job. Right, I do not want to be beaten by this map. I want to see what's on the top of that hill. I want to see the view. So we are in the quad track, the Case quad track. If we can't get up there with this, well, I honestly don't know what we would get up with. Okay, I'll see you there shortly. We are almost there. I just need to find where the little rambler is. Somewhere up here. And it does highlight one thing actually. This map is not the easiest to see through when you're in a big tractor like this. And given that you're likely at some point to be using some proper forestry equipment, then you may struggle to traverse. See, look, there we go. There's leaves in the cab. Exterior view is... it's difficult. It really is difficult to find a camera angle. That's so far the biggest issue I'm finding with this map. But, you know, that is how it would be if you were in a forest. Okay, let me go and find the other vehicle. Oh, I'm slipping. I'm just sliding here. This is the problem. Okay, let's power up. Power, power, power. If we can't do it with this... I don't know. There we go. So that's obviously rolled back, which is not good news. Here we go. Right, let's see. Have we got the traction? We are going vertical. And I think we have made it. So, if you want to get to the summit, this is the vehicle you need. Wow, there we go. That was hard graft, picking our way through the trees there, but we managed to make it. Let's have a look. We are right on the summit of Crooked Mountain. Now that is not a bad view at all. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was a very quick flyby of the new map, Crooked Hills by Crooked-Topio. I think this is a fantastic map if you're looking for the kind of survival, no man's land type experience where you start with absolutely nothing. And if you love logging, as I said before, this is the map for you. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for joining me. Give it a thumbs up if you like this content. There'll be more coming. If you want to see more of my own survival series, then check out my Dusty Survival series linked on the screen now. I'll see you all very soon. Take care. Goodbye.